Sometimes you just need a friend to lend you some bronze. And to punch some bad guys. The Vigilant-class Corvette is that sort of friend. The Vigilant-class Corvette was designed shortly after the Bonaventure-class Corvette. It was intended for reconnaissance and surveillance missions and was most frequently deployed as part of a triad of first-line defenses that included paired squadrons of Bonaventures and remote surveillance satellites. This configuration made the light but heavily armed Vigilant-class Corvette one of the Terran Hegemony's primary defenders against invasions from neighboring realms. Although all three naval assets were ultimately phased out in the early 2400s as the newer, faster Vincent-class entered production, the Vigilant's firepower kept it operational for another centuries among the navies of various great houses. Built to a small scale, the Vigilant was outmassed by many conventional jump ships. The vessel was very small, only slightly larger than a merchant class. Its bow-to-stem length was actually shorter than the height of a Behemoth-class dropship. It possessed little more armor protection than a light military dropship. Its small engines achieved a maximum acceleration of only 2.5 Gs, barely sufficient to keep pace with warships and dropships during combat operations. Its most significant deficiency, however, was its relative lack of advanced sensors and computer capabilities, which limited its detection range and targeting accuracy. With these problems, the Vigilant would have been largely regarded as an inadequate system defense ship, were it not for its substantial firepower, which easily surpassed that of a Bonaventure-class. For its size, the Vigilant was very well armed. The vessel boasted 5 small naval autocannons and 3 White Shark missile systems. It also mounted lasers, autocannons, and particle projection cannons. A full company detachment of Space Marines was available for deployment with the class. Like the Bonaventure, the Vigilant was not designed for cargo transport. The vessel featured no dropship collars and only 3 bays. Bay 1 could transport 1 squadron of aerospace fighters, which proved useful for engaging invading forces. Bay 2 was designed for cargo with a capacity of merely 13,514.5 tons. Bay 3 could accommodate up to 4 small craft. The ability to carry these support vessels maintained the class relevance for longer than anticipated. As said, the Vigilant class was most commonly deployed in pairs alongside 2 Bonaventures for advanced detection capabilities and fire support. Although hardly cost-effective, this 4-ship buddy system was enough until a Capellan invasion of terra firma in 2409 prompted the Hegemony Navy to develop a more efficient Vincent-class. The Vigilants were eventually mothballed or sold to various great houses as Vincents replaced them. While in service with other navies, these ships saw action in the periphery during the Reunification War and subsequent conflicts. The Federated Sons maintained at least 10 active Vigilants during the Case Ember ambush at Tentativa, though losses to the Federated Sons Navy during that engagement were considerable. The Capellan Confederation operated 3 Vigilants during the Star League era alongside 3 Vincent-class corvettes, while the Allied Commonwealth maintained 4 Vigilants in 2765. The most extensive user of a Vigilant at this time was the Rimworld's Republic. The Republican Navy had more than 270 warships, including 30 Vigilants. No Vigilants accompanied General Kerensky's Exodus fleet. The last of these vessels were restored to active service by the Draconis Combine during the early succession wars and were finally destroyed in 2853 during the Second Succession War in battle over Hesperus II.